Welcome, this is Birendra Kumar Jha and you are watching Khabar Tak. Dear religious viewer of Khabar Tak, under the religion section of Khabar Tak, the story that I bring to you today is related to a myth. According to this myth, it was Draupadi who was responsible for the great Mahabharata war in which all the Kaurav brothers and many of Pandavas and many a warrior and king of world lost their life. This myth is also propagated by the TV channels in their serials, taking interest to focus on this myth. However, the most authentic work on this is the epic Mahabharata written by Vyasdev. What does it say about this? I will reveal to you. But prior to that, I would like to request you that those who have not subscribed this channel Khabar Tak on Facebook or YouTube, please do subscribe it. And if you like the story, please sign the like sign and also share this so that the immense and intense of our religion can be spread throughout the world. Now, coming to what is written in the great Mahabharata written by Vyasdev. In Mahabharata, it is written that once Yudhishthir thought of doing Rajsuya and he gave different works to different people. He invited the kingdom all around the world, and Duryodhana had participated in that Rajsuya as a representative of Hastinapur. In order to give respect to Duryodhana, Yudhishthir made him cashier. Well, he find that the king from all around the world are bringing many valuables like silver, gold, gems, and presenting it to Yudhishthir. However, Yudhishthir had honored him, appointing at this important post, but jealousy arose in the mind of Duryodhana, and as soon as the Raju Yagya was completed, he pretended to see the beauty of the meeting hall. However, in order to give him honor, him, Arjun, Nakul, and Sahadev were accompanying him. However, they didn't know what is going on into the mind of Duryodhana because he was presenting to see the beauty, but actually he was finding, trying to find some hole using which we can destroy the Pandavas later on. This meeting hall was made by Demon, my, who was very tricky and had applied their illusion there. He knew the actual thinking and reason of Duryodhana seeing the meeting hall. He instantly ordered his follower Kinkar, who was living there invisible and protecting the meeting hall and the royal palace from any anomalies. As soon as he got the information from Demon, his master, he changed the thing just opposite what Duryodhana think it to be and what it seems to Duryodhana. And that's why when Duryodhana thinks to be land, there were water, and he falls into that water wet, and where he finds to be water, and he, while passing that, took his dress some up, and when he tries to open the door, considering it to be closed, he was pushed and fallen ahead, and when he think the door to be open, he was struck and get injury into his head, and this way he was making many a mistake that was making him a matter of love. However, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul, Sahadev present there were keeping mum, but once when he Duryodhana saw a half blossom lotus, beautiful lotus, into a small pond, he thought that it seems to be water, but as per earlier incident, this must be land. So, considering this land, he forwarded to pluck the half blossom lotus, being attracted by its beauty. But this time, Kinkar did not change. This was what it was really, and this was water. And as soon as Duryodhan fell into the water of this small pond, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul, and Sahadev could not prevent its laugh and laughed at him. But Bhim instantly provided him the royal dress so that no other can laugh at Duryodhan. But Duryodhan had taken it his insult and wanted to revenge from Pandavas, and so when Sakuni, his maternal uncle, told that he will certainly defeat Yudhishthir in the gambling, he got a gambling organized in the order of Dhritarashtra, his father and king of Hastinapur, and invited Yudhishthir, in which Yudhishthir lost the game by the trick made by Sakuni while throwing dice, and this made the opportunity for Duryodhan to insult Pandavas. He insulted not only Pandavas but also tried to insult Draupadi, telling his brother Dusasan to pull him up into this meeting hall by her hair if she does not comes here easily. And however, his this plan was baffled by Lord Sri Krishna, as he provided as much as sari that while pulling, Dusasan fell, but sari was not unclothed, and the honor of Draupadi was saved by Lord Sri Krishna. However, he could not avoid the Mahabharata war. This time, when Bhim, Arjun, Nakul, and Sahadev laughed at Duryodhan, who was falling into a small pond in order to pluck half blossom lotus flower, Draupadi was staying with Yudhishthir in the royal palace, which was a little far from the meeting hall. So there is no question that Draupadi would have told Duryodhana, laughing, that he is the son of blind and still blind. Draupadi was not a simple woman. Even a simple woman would have told this to his brother in law. He would not have taken this as his insult, and in the place of some cruelty and thing to desire, sweetness will have provided there by their talk. But even we talk of the Mithak, that Draupadi would tell that Duryodhana is son of a blind and is still blind, and laughed at him while he was falling into water of a small pond. This is ridiculous because Draupadi was born in a royal family, was married in the royal family, and above all, she knew that her Pandav husbands are very disciplined, very civil mannered, and he respect his uncle Dhritarashtra to the most. So she would not never dare to say this, even if she would have been present there, but she was not present. Vyasdev later on write in his Mahabharata that while Draupadi was dragged by Dushasana in behest of Duryodhana, she requested the courtiers to save her honor, telling that I am the bride of this Kuru clan and has been the beauty of royal palace so far. None outside of the palace has even seen his face, but this time, on the behest of Duryodhana, Dushasana dragged me while I am conceived and in single dress, that my dress has been ruptured place to place, and from where my body parts are appearing to these courtiers. So these two circumstances are sufficient, because the second circumstances also tells that Draupadi had never been in meeting hall prior to that incident. So while Duryodhana was dipping into the water of a small pond, while he was trying to pluck the half blossom lotus, is not true. She never came into the meeting hall just before or even outside of the palace, royal palace. So the two circumstances is sufficient proof that it was not Draupadi who mocked Duryodhana, telling him son of blind and still blind. It is not fair, and this is just a myth propagated by the TV serials. Thank you for staying up to the end of this video.